Hey everybody, welcome. Dutchman Games here. Today we're going to make a big open dungeon-like room. You guys have been asking for more dungeon level creation, so here it is. And this is all done with free assets. And I'm going to show you how to get these assets right now. So let's go. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to go to the fabstore.com in Unreal Engine and then look up medieval dungeon. Make sure you have the free selected and all these must be off, all the filters. So here it is. Click on medieval dungeon and add it to your library, and then you will see it in your Epic Games launcher. Alright guys, welcome. Here we are in Unreal Engine 5 and we're just gonna start right away. First thing we do is we're gonna go to File, New Level, select Empty Level and click on Create. Alright, so now that we are in here, we're going to open the folder Medieval Dungeon, which is the folder that we need, that we downloaded at the beginning of the video. And then we're going to click on Static Mesh, and here are all the meshes. Now, if you don't have these filters, you can click on this button right here, and then you can click on Static Mesh, and you can just have the filters created. Because if you don't, then the filter bar doesn't appear. So click on this first, click on Static Mesh. All right, so today we're going to make a larger room. Like I said before, because of the last video did pretty well, so I figured we can continue in the RPG dungeon type map design. All right, so let's just get in here. A little tool. If you use your scroll wheel, you can go faster and slower. You can see a change in the top right over here. So you can change these values. I used to keep it at around 0.8 so I can look around better. So first we're going to make the floor and the entrance to the big room. I think I'm going to try to make it look kind of like the interior of a church almost. But we'll see how that turns out. So here we're gonna have to see how broad we're gonna make it, and for that we need a reference point. So let's actually put down something we know roughly the size of a, so this is roughly the size of a person. So now we have a reference point on how big this room actually is, because sometimes it's hard to see that. So you want to make this maybe 5 wide. I think that's actually, let's make it 7 wide, because you want it to be equal. And make sure that these are actually perfectly correct and not overlapping. Nice. All right. Now you want to select all of them. So hold Control and Alt. Select all of them, and then deselect the chalice naturally. And just do this maybe 8 times. So just make a big old square. I don't know how many times I'm doing this. Just whenever it seems to be enough. I like to pull it out hard and then see. There you go. Put it together. And if you don't have the snap on, you can turn the snap on right here and put it on 10. Just like in the other video. So this might actually be a little bit too wide. You know what? Let's make it 2 more. There we go. All right. This will actually be our map. And it's up to us to kind of create, not just a square box. Because if we just make this in the square box, it will look very, very bad. So we want this to be kind of like a moving flow, if you will. But we need to begin with building a square box. Because otherwise, we need to have the box, we need to have the base of the box, essentially. So you just want to do this and do this all around. The area. So just copy this over. And I showed it in the other video, but if you haven't seen that one, you can hold tab, or sorry, hold Alt, and then click on one of the arrows, and then it will copy that direction. So you just gotta be fast with that. And then you can switch the select objects, select tessellate objects, and select and rotate objects, and select and scale objects by Q, W, E, and R. So that way you can easily do that. All right. So you just want to create these. Just make a square wall. Now you can take your time, but in terms of being fast, I'm just going to copy this whole side here. Before this video will be 50 minutes long, right? And then do the same here. And then we're gonna move it like that. Remove the middle one. And then copy it out once. There we go. Now we have a square room. And now it has to go up, right? So we need to select. We need to find the outliner. We need to find all the walls. These are all the walls. We need to select all of them. And then we need to copy them up. And you know, you have to make it exact. Copy them up one more time. And one more time. So 4 stories, essentially. And then we need to copy this one to the middle. All right. That looks good. So we can maybe, you know, this a little bit, you know, a little bit more space here than there, but that's okay because we're going to fill that up with the pillars anyway. And now we just have an extremely tall room. So this looks horrible, right? Because it's just a square. But we're going to shape this in a form one way or another. So first, we're going to look for the ceilings. And we're going to create the ceiling. I always like this ceiling, the mausoleum ceiling. But it's round, right? So that won't work. If you want to be fast and easy, you could basically do this, something like that. You know, and then kind of like create it, kind of make it fit. But we're not going to do that because it would look horrible. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to raise the last 3 parts up a bit, like that. And then we're going to get stairs and add stairs, and they don't exactly fit. So we're going to have to manipulate these stairs a bit. And I think that fits. And you just copy these stairs all the way. Like that. One more. Like that. And this just looks nice because now we have a layer higher. And then we could also actually, this maybe looks even better if we create like a different wall here. Maybe not that material, but you make it look kind of like that. It's not exactly in the middle, is it? So let's change these stairs a little bit so they are in the middle. Kind of like this. And then we can put a big floor trim on this top. Copy it over again. Copy it over here. There you go, because now that looks a little bit better. So the reason I'm doing this is because it's nice to have a little bit of, you know, a different type of height in the floor. Makes it look better. I will be changing this though to that. Yeah, it looks much better. So that's the first thing, and then obviously we want this to change as well, right? So we want pillars in the corners, and we want something here to have a little bit more form instead of just being a square space. And that's sometimes hard to do because you've already made the base, and now you have to kind of adjust it to look more realistic. So that's not always easy. All right, so what we're going to do is going to take the top, and then we're going to set the angle on 30 degrees, and we're going to move it 30 degrees. Take this side, move it 30 degrees to the inside. Take this side too, and move it 30 degrees to the inside. Then the last part, move it 30 degrees. So that's number one. And then on this side, we're going to put a trim. So get a trim, and you can stretch this one out because you won't be able to see it close up anyway. So for these type of materials, doesn't really matter how detailed they are because it's so far out, you know. But it does need a trim, otherwise it looks weird. So you need to put a trim like so, and then take this one and copy it like so. All right, now we're going to ceiling. So what you could do is you could put like another layer like this on, which would look pretty good, I think. But maybe then it becomes too tall. So let's just go to ceiling. And what we want to do is we want to actually have support beams because, so we'll go to pillar, and we're going to make a pillar in the corner. And then just copy it up like that. And you need these because there's going to be support beams, and that's kind of the trick to make this look good. And you just gotta like eyeball this a little. Put one right there, and put one right there. The trick to make this good is to make it look realistic, right? So how can a building like this stand if there's no support beams, right? It can't. It just can't. So, I mean, not in medieval times at least. So we need support beams. So the question is, we're going to copy all these over. We're going to put support beams in the middle as well. And then we're going to put one here. And then we're going to put one again in the corner. And then like that. Now there's support beams everywhere. And now we're going to add arcs. So I think this should be, yeah, this one. So the ceiling arc, which you have to kind of play with the size to make it fit. But it should fit. And there we go, ceiling arc. And then there should be one here too, which will be the biggest one. Which this will make it fit, but now it's way too big, so you have to kind of like play with that, you know, make it look a little bit less crazy. And kind of, I don't know. I think that's good. I mean, you won't be able to see it anyway, so I think that's good. And then just copy these over on every pillar. Right in the middle of the pillar. Like that. And this is kind of awkward because I guess these don't make sense to have. But maybe we'll make a pillar kind of does this instead. You know? And then make it smaller. Like this. Almost. Like that. And now we have a framework of a building, you know, which actually makes sense, you know, and you kind of got to play with this to make it like actually fit. And we can always adjust this later, but you know, with this one too, kind of change the sizes, make it fit just right, and then because all the sizes are different, all the distances are different, so like that. So now we have a framework. So when you look up, it's a framework, which looks cool, but also looks realistic. Let's add the crypt doorway while we're at it. Make it a bit bigger. Make it fit in here. Turn off the snap so that it can like fit exactly in there. Something like that. All right. Oh, geez. Okay. A little taller. There we go. Okay. So it's already beginning to take, you know, better shape than what it did, a more realistic shape. Now we need to put in the ceiling itself. Ceilings are difficult because you could just put in a flat ceiling, you know, and it would look okay-ish, but, you know, I don't want that. I want a more coveted ceiling, and I guess we could take this one, but then the question is, would you really see it? I don't think you would. I guess what we could do is we could expand it. That looks weird. Guess we could make it this big. Kind of like that. I think this would look cool. It's very outstretched, but that's okay. Yes, I like it. All right, so we'll do this. You know, and you're from the bottom, so you're looking up, and as long as there's no cracks in it, it will look fine. But then you have these points here in the middle, which require some kind of support. So that we can't, I don't think we can do that. No, we can't do this. This is gonna be tricky, but you know what we can do? Use our beams again. I've done this before in one of my games as well. Is we just stretch it out. And I know some people are not really fond of stretching assets because it looks odd, but in this case it would look fine. And then we just copy it over like that. Make it fit. that. Now there's an actual like arced ceiling, and then in this side we just we take these and then we just put them against this, so you can't actually look out. You could also turn this into a, I don't think I have those assets right now, but like into like a cool glass or something. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to grab these floor assets, move them up, because we're going to make an extra floor. And then you want them to fit exactly in here, like that. And then you want to copy them and fold them inward, because otherwise you don't have a bottom, because it's a one-sided floor. So again, the way you do that is you grab the asset, you type R, and then you fold them inward the other way. That's it. Okay, so let's get a trim. Oh, hard to get a trim on this. There we go. And let's trim the whole sides of this. Now actually, with a little bit of we can stretch it a bit, but not too much, because we will actually, like, the player might actually be on these floors, and we don't want it to look too weird. But you could, for example, this part you could totally do it. Right, so this is looking odd because it's yeah, okay. All right, so let's put this in here. This looks kind of weird, so this trim has to go even further. And they have to intersect each other like that. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And then on over here. Like that. That's the trim. Done. And then we just copy this. Well, we don't have to copy these. We copy these sides over. Actually, no, let's copy the whole thing over, because like that. Turn it. Throw it on here. Because of the size difference we have to do in the corners. And then we just have to delete the other one. So, like that. Like this. A little bit more to the... There we go. Oh. Delete the old one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, for some reason this is not long enough. Is it here? Yeah, okay. So now we have two little floors here, and then on this side we want to fill this up with like some pillars. Otherwise it looks weird. Or no, actually. Fence. Do we have fencing? I think we do. I think it's called cell. There we go. So actually put some like fencing. It looks pretty cool. Like that. Like this. Oh my gosh, I'm selecting everything I don't need to select. Like that, so we get some fencing. And then on here, we'll just put a crypt door. Door that's like closed. So it's just there for show. You know, so just put in a door, and then put in this door. You know, but it's closed, so let me just do the exact same thing over here. There we go. All right, so it's, you know, it's shaping up to being a nice room, and I think now we just put in some static meshes, and then we get the lightning done, and then, you know, we're ready. So um, on so right here, what we can do is, or maybe yeah, on this side, so we can actually transform these into two better looking decorative walls, and do that with the whole bottom actually. Just put this into decorative wall, and then the same for the other side, but naturally because this is turned around, we have to turn around the whole wall, but that's okay. So, you know, this what we can do. Again, we can use the trick that I showed you earlier. We can just fold it inwards, and then you get the other side. So that's just the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, you have to turn around the whole thing, and that's annoying. So we're not doing that. Oh, that looks weird. See it too? Yeah. Let's lift up these doors. There we go. Yeah, so now, you know, we can put here, you know, some decorative stuff as well. And, you know, just make some, just add your stuff in. Just make it look cool, make it look unique. I don't know, do whatever you want. And that's the thing, like you can just finish this up the way you like the inside to look. Add some more trims here and there. You know, you can add a trim in here, maybe the stone edges in the back. You know, it will make it look better. And like that. And you know, make I don't know. We don't really have a throne. You know, I was gonna say we can put a throne in. Don't really have that, so we have a torture chair in the middle here. You know, we could even raise this even a bit. So you know, if we raise this a bit, and then you can just take these, you know, make them taller like that on both sides, and then take one stair. Yeah, because now you get all the tools in your vicinity. You can just play with it. You know, make your imagination go wild. So, you know, you can just make this look as cool as you want. And yeah, and so, but now let's take a look at the lightning. So, you know, I'm going to add stuff to this room now. You know, just like some bones here and there. You know, for example, you could put some bones in this corner, ball and chain. You know, you can put a few altars here, as if these are like, I don't know, graves that people, you know, that behind the fencing. And you can just fill this whole place out. And then we just need some lightning and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're first going to do all the lightning. No, actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Let's first do all the static meshes. I was actually debating on maybe like not showing you guys this, so it will make the video shorter. But I feel like turn off the snap, otherwise it won't be exactly on the ground. It might float, and I find that annoying. And if it, you know, this way it won't float. So I figured, you know, I don't have to show you guys all this because it's just extra time and stuff. But I feel like you guys might want to see all the small details because it's usually in the details where the level gets interesting, you know. And that's it. I'm just I don't know, just talking over this now, but I feel like uh, that's usually what makes it interesting, all the little details. So I figured you guys probably want to see this. Let me know in the comments though if you guys want shorter videos that are, that you guys don't have to follow all the way through all the time. Then I can do that, and I can just make, all the important things. I can show those. Or if you guys like these long form videos, then that's fine too. I don't mind. I enjoy doing this. So, mm-hmm. Oh, so you just want to put pots everywhere, is the thing. It makes everything look a lot better. I don't know why. It just makes it look filled, and that's good. That's important. So right here, there's going to be a table with some chairs around it. Unfortunately, I only have torture chairs, but it is what it is. We're not going to complain about that. I'm surely not going to complain. Maybe the one who's being tortured will, but I won't. We put another one here. So it's not quite a church. You can see, it's like some kind of, I don't know, mausoleum, torture room. Uh, I have no idea, dude. I'm just making stuff. You just want to add stuff. Just want to use all the assets that you can find and just add stuff. So, for example, here's some chains. Few. That'd be nice for up here. And there we go. And right here, just like these statues are very small, but let's make them bigger. Two statues right in front. Okay, that already looks a bit better. Not quite there though yet. That's just like you have to put in so many things to make everything look cool. And there's not really a rubble or anything. Usually there's like rubble or like some rocks. You could put some rocks down. In this case, it's just gonna be bones. There's just gonna be littered everywhere. Because usually, if you put some rocks down, it looks nice. It looks realistic almost. But with this, there's just not. I don't really have that asset, so. Oh, oops, there we go. Okay, so I think this is fine for now. You can go as deep as you want in this. Oh, I guess we do have a split log, which we could put around on some places. To make it look like there's some stuff going on. Okay. Now, when we turn on light or unlit, lit, we don't see anything, right? So we need to put in lights. First of all, we need to put in atmospheric fog. So, exponential height fog. And then we need to put in point lights. And this will make, this will bring lightness to the dark. Put it on movable for now. And, this is going to change. This is going to set all of our lighting in the game. Now, we are going to need a lot of lights in a room like this. And I prefer to keep it a little orangey fire type light. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this light exactly the way it is, not change anything yet, take all the lights and just fill the whole room with it, and then we're going to adjust where we see fit. So just going to adjust here, put one here, right? Maybe like this, and then up the attenuation range with this one. Oh, two. There we go. Now we go one up, and we do the same thing in between the pillars, and now we have lightning. Now this is a bit bright, right? So we want to grab all the lights, and then we want to put it on 5, 4, 3, something like that, and then make it even a bit darker. Just play with it a little. There we go. And now we go to blueprints, and then you see all these assets, and these are pre-made assets with lightning. So torches and all that jazz. So we're gonna put down torches, and I don't like how bright these are, but we'll have to adjust all of that once we turn on our post-processing. So for now, it looks extremely bright and like insane, but with the post-processing, we can change the amount of light that we see. I forgot the word for it, but I'll show you guys in a second. So let's actually put one up here too. And then, you know, obviously behind the big chair, there's also going to be torches and candles. And then on here, there's going to be a few candles that are burning. Like that. And then in here, there's going to be another one. There's going to be another one. Holy what? Why is it floating that much? Okay. Oh, because I don't have the snap on. I don't have the snap on. Should have had the snap on 10. All right, that's fine. Okay, so that's that. And now we need the post-processing. So we're going to get post-processing volume. We're going to change the size to 100 by 100 by 100. And then we're going to go to exposure. That's the word I meant. And then we're going to change this to max brightness to 2, min brightness to 1. And now you see how it's shaping up. So let's turn this to 2 and 2. Or let's turn this to 0 0.5, 0 0.5, 1, put it to 0 0.2. See what happens. This is looking really good. 0 0.1. That's too bright. To 0 0.15. There we go. This is looking great. This actually looked great. And now in the corners, for example, we can put this to 500 attenuation, so the shadow, the really dark spots go away a little. And you just gotta play with this a little, but generally speaking, you just do that. There we go. And then this looks phenomenal. You know, and it's also fine to maybe turn this color a little bit more red. You know, just have some like different color balance sometimes. You know, make this one a little more yellow. That's actually too red, but you know what I mean. Make it. Okay, and now we go to atmospheric fog, or the dynamic fog, exponential height fog. And then we're going to turn this to white value, but then the density a little bit lower, like that. Just play with this a little. You could change the color of that. There we go. Here we are. And then this door has to actually also be a closed one. I figured. Door, gate, left. Yeah. It's annoying when you spawn them together. They come out like that. It's very annoying. Okay. Sorry for this long video. I mean, I wanted to keep it short, but I couldn't because it's so much work. But yeah, we're not completely done yet. We need to go to what's it called again? Particle systems. And then in the middle, we have to put a fire. And then you could also put some ambient dust everywhere. All right. So here we are. Our big open dungeon area. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you guys made this with me at the same time. And let me know what you guys want me to make next. And I'll get on that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.